Hi, I'm Crystal, and today I want to talk about paper storage. I love seeing other people's craft rooms and seeing their storage solutions because I get so many good ideas, and I wanted to share the way that I'm storing paper. I feel like I've tried every kind of storage solution for paper over the years. I've been doing paper crafts since the 1990s, so that's given me a lot of years to try everything under the sun. So I'm here to tell you that the very best storage solution is the one that you will use. So my storage solutions may not be your storage solutions, it's just some ideas, but you can take those on board, try them out, see if they fit, and reject them if they will not work for you, because the storage solution that you will use is the best one. So let's take a look at how I'm storing paper. For the full sheets of paper, I am using magazine style storage. So for the 8.5 and 11 paper, those are widely available at office supply stores and they are so cheap. The 12 by 12 you do need to source from craft stores, but also very inexpensive. So the smaller pieces and scraps I have in Rubbermaid bins, which I got cast off from work, and then as I go along and craft, I just put the leftovers in this little box by my side until I have time to put them away properly. So when we look at the magazine storage, I've got these marked. So you can see that on the 8.5 by 11, I've got a punch that indicates the color of the paper. I have some whole pads of multimedia paper and so forth. And then I've got the specialty paper down at the end, the watercolor paper, vellum, marker paper, shrink film, and stuff like that. And it's labeled so that I can find it. And then I've got a similar system in place for the 12 by 12 paper. The punch always indicates the color of the paper that's inside the magazine holder. This is the yellow paper, so you can see it's just got a bunch of different shades of yellow in that magazine style holder. My 12 by 12 paper, I have mostly neutral colors, but I've got a couple of holders that have got printed paper inside and some whole pads there wedged between the magazine holders. I've got all the Christmas and Valentine and specialty paper together, but it's all labeled so that I can find it. These holders are so inexpensive, and I've really enjoyed using them. It's been a great storage solution. Now, once I've cut into a piece of paper, I use these bins. I got my set cast off from work. They used to hold microfiche. And if you look at this and just think, oh my God, I could never, then you're not a macro sorter like I am, and maybe this storage solution is not for you. But I've got this these pieces that are mostly quarter sheet size off to the side, and then just got them stacked up in no particular order. They mostly fall into the red, yellow, orange range, and I can flip through them to find what I want. And then I've got this smaller cardboard box. It's just a box I got in the mail with the top ripped off that has pieces that are smaller than that. I am a die cutter, and so I often use these really small pieces of paper. So I don't like to throw anything away until it just gets too small to work with. Particularly the specialty paper like glossy or glitter cardstock. So the bins hold the smaller pieces. I've got a red, yellow, orange bin, a blue, green, purple bin, one of all neutrals, and one of specialty paper. And then as I go along and craft, I just put the leftovers from each of my projects into this paper bin that's by the side of my desk. I find that I have trouble actually putting paper away where it belongs as I'm crafting, and so this ends up being a mess in my craft room. So putting this stuff into this one box helps me keep the craft room tidy. And it's like an archaeological expedition of the last, 3 or 4 weeks of crafting before I get around to putting stuff away in the appropriate place. So I just jumble it all together until I have time to sort it out into the respective piles for the different colors of paper. I also have a bin that has got the more junk journal-y type paper, so brown packing paper and so forth that I did not show on camera. But this is a solution that works for me to keep my craft room clean, and I think that's a great cleaning tip. If there is something that you struggle to keep clean, that's the area that you need a solution to address. So I hope that seeing the way that I'm storing paper has been helpful to you. I would love to hear your tips in the comments, or if you think I'm way off base, I'd love to hear ways I could improve. Thanks for joining me for this organizational minute, and I hope you have a great crafty day.